And we are back.
Yes, back again. Hi, my friend. How are you? How's life treating you?
Fantastic. I love it. Things are going well. Happy to be here with you
Oh,
and,
thank
and
you.
having our next conversation. Is
Yes,
that
I'm
coffee
so
is that coffee number 3 or number 4 for the day?
around that, yeah. You know me, I run on coffee. We should get
Mm.
sponsored by a coffee company because I definitely have a lot of it. And I like it. I enjoy it. My go-to coffee is black coffee. Oftentimes I get asked like, "Why that does not taste good?" It does, guys. It does taste good. It's the way God intended it to be. Plain coffee, no
100%.
sugar, no whipped cream or all the crap. No, no, just
Yeah.
regular black coffee, my friend.
I
So
think absolutely. Sidebar on that. If the coffee is good and good quality, you don't need to add anything to it. A lot of the stuff that people put in it is actually masking how bad the coffee really is that they're drinking. But
hmm
anyway, that's a sidebar.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, good to see you. Good to see you. Today we're gonna have or continue our conversation about a very hot topic that has come up frequently in conversations with clients, entrepreneurs, networking events, you name it. We hear this over and over again. And the topic is social media marketing versus online marketing. Because what we're seeing is that a lot of the entrepreneurs and business owners that we talk to, they commingle those terms. They use those terms interchangeably, meaning that they're referring to the same thing by two different names, and they're not the same thing. Those two terms are related, but they're not exactly the same thing. They're cousins, but they're
Yeah.
not the one of the same thing. So that's what I like the focus of our conversation to be today. The difference between the two and why this is important is because if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to level up your marketing game, you're looking to level up your exposure, you're looking to level up your social media presence, your branding, etc., and you're reaching out to in the marketplace looking for expertise, someone who will help you with that process, you need to be very clear as to what is it that you're looking for so you identify the right expert to help you through that process on your way to the next level. So social media marketing versus online marketing. Two different things, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Joanna, give me your first impression about the differences and what is one thing versus the other and the difference between the two.
Yes, thank you, Antonio. And let me just tell you that our audience is so happy by the way that you engage these questions. I even had a friend that told me behind the scenes, like, Joe, I hang out with you all the time. And I never understood the difference between one of our episodes, remember, branding versus marketing. And I
Mhm.
didn't understand it until Antonio asked the right questions and lay it down in such a clear and crystal way that it's amazing. So hey, the way that you ask questions, people love it, and keep doing it,
Great.
Antonio. Congratulate you for that. That's pretty on brand of you. So for those that who missed our previous episodes about the difference between branding and marketing, please go and check that back so you can understand that difference. And it's because of that that now we are stepping into the realm of marketing, which is also such a big word. And like you said, most business owners, entrepreneurs, you name it, mix those terms. When it comes to marketing, it's a salad that it's all tossed and we don't know which thing is which. Well, let's go down there. We already acknowledged in with our previous episode that marketing is the way that we are going to present this brand that we have. If you still want to know what the difference between branding and marketing, circle back. Now, when we have marketing, we have different branches of what marketing is. One of them is online marketing. When we talk about online marketing, are all those efforts that are done, and I know it sounds redundant, online. You call it your website, an e-commerce platform, social media, a pay-per-click, you name it. Okay, so within all those little efforts, we have social media. Now let's make a little clear difference. Online marketing, it's have that presence online, while social media, you utilize those online components to connect with an audience, to create a community, correct? We have the online, and then we have the pay-per-click, which is a way for you to present and put your product in front of the game by paying per click, creating a whole campaign that entails that. The website, okay, it's a way to present your products if you want to make it in e-commerce. Am I getting myself there? It's just a way that you use under the online umbrella to create that connectivity, which is social media.
So that's
I'll
great.
stop there.
Yeah, yeah. So just kind of para aterrizar to land that
Yeah.
first concept. Online marketing is the umbrella terminology. There are different things that happen underneath that umbrella of online marketing. Online marketing is all your marketing efforts as they happen in the digital world. It could be a whole host of things.
Correct.
Social media,
And just to put a little pause, a
yeah,
pin there, you mentioned an important word, which is digital. So even on top of online marketing, there's digital marketing. And digital marketing not necessarily has to be only online. It
okay,
can also have other platforms. So you see how the plot starts to thicken. So we
sure.
have digital, the online, and the online we have the social media. But our fellow entrepreneurs, what they hear, it's social media marketing or digital marketing, and they want all of it. So yes, go ahead, my
Yeah.
friend. Go ahead.
Okay, so a great point, and thank you for clarifying because I get confused with that as well.
Yes.
Look, taking it to the second level, using your analogy, online marketing, and then underneath the online marketing umbrella, there's different branches of different channels to call it
Correct.
that, or
Channels are
platforms.
different. Yes.
All right, it could be websites, it could be online advertising, it could be a whole host of things, it could be a blog, and one of those little platforms or branches is social media marketing. What's
Correct.
happening is that a lot of people are saying social media marketing and they're referring to all of that. But social media marketing is just that, what you do on social media platforms. Let's be very specific. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Rumble, Twitter, Threads, all those things. Those are social media platforms. I think, and I just thought of this, John, and maybe I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Yes.
Perhaps the reason that we think or we use the terminology social media is because it's so used constantly. It's part of
Yeah.
our almost DNA, the way we live now. And it's almost like a lot of people, when they ask for a soda, they ask for a Coke. They don't ask for a soda. You know,
Correct. It's
what
like
they
the
want
aspirin, the same concept.
exactly, or they're looking for a tissue. They give me a Kleenex. So it becomes social media has become that, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Yes.
general.
There you go, my friend. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're on the same page. So continue, please.
Yes, and under social media management, there's so or marketing, let's call it like that. There's so many different things and ways you can approach that. Remember that not all platforms are the same, and that I believe it's a whole onion to start peeling for another episode. But remember, just with social media management or marketing, we need to identify what are we going to do with it. Remember, the social media marketing is not going to provide that brand that we want to put out there. Always circle back to branding, just the way that you always circle back to sales and where's my money. The same thing I do it with, even with marketing. Our fellow business owners or entrepreneurs, when they think of marketing, they assume wrongly that the person that's going to be in charge of the social media marketing efforts is going to take care of all the brand. How mistaken my guys are, because these guys, the only thing that they do, and don't get me wrong, there are such an amazing social media marketers that have such a brain for branding that they're able to execute that, but not all of them.
Right.
And the person that can do it will tell you, look, yes, I can take care of your social media marketing, but I'm also going to incorporate this branding, and they will let you know that. But oftentimes they don't, because what they do is just to put out there whatever message they consider it's good, unless you don't have your brand points very clear. So that's why we also get confused with our business owners when they say, yeah, I have a social media manager that's taking care of my branding. When I hear those words together, I'm like, alert, alert, alert. Are you sure of that? Because it's not necessarily. Remember, social media marketing, what it does, it helps you create a community. It helps you put some message out there, but you need to know what type of community you want to connect with, because not everybody is part of your community. Not every follower means that it's going to be part of your tribe. Let me tell you an example that happened to me with the Wow Power when I started. For those who do not know, the Wow Power, it's connectivity, or let's say like networking that I started, that is for women entrepreneurs who want to brand themselves and their businesses in the most professional way. When I started it, I was very clear, okay, I want to communicate to this type of women, etc., etc. And I started to upload content to create that community within the leadership, mentorship, insights, inspiration, which is one of the pillars. Don't get me wrong, but also branding is part of the other pillars. So since I was feeding this pillar so much, yes, I started to get a lot of traction, a lot of followers. But when I started to present more on the branding, I went from 15,000 followers to 8,000 followers. That was a hit, you know. And I felt scared at the moment because I thought, oh my goodness, I'm losing my community. But then one of my mentors, because even psychologists have psychologists, brand
Sure.
strategists have brand strategists on top of them. He said, Joe, this is beautiful. It means that those 8,000 are your people. Now you can start building from the real people that are your tribe. Those others that left you, they did you a service. And that's what, when it comes to not necessarily someone that is going to execute your social media marketing, it's in tune with what your brand represents. So I hope that this helps at some way, shape, or form, my friend.
Yeah, and I think that the overriding message, the arc of what we're talking about today is that they're two different things. Social media marketing and online marketing are two different things. They're
Correct.
both important. They're not the same thing. Don't treat them the same because you're not going to get the results that you're looking for to the level that you're looking for. So if
Yeah.
you're looking to build a community online through social media, then social media marketing is the space that you're talking about. If you're looking to put your brand and put your marketing efforts on a broader scale on in the online world, then online marketing is what you're talking about, and you should be talking to the right expert. Some, in my experience, some online marketing agencies or professionals or service providers include multiple rungs or multiple branches of online marketing. They may include social media marketing as an area of expertise. I've seen that happen. What I have not seen happen, at least not personally, is a social media services provider or social media marketing services provider go the other way. Be an
Yes.
expert on online marketing. There are very specialized skills that go in social media marketing that don't necessarily translate across all online marketing channels. So
Correct.
all that to say, two different things. Online marketing, not the same as social media marketing. Treat them differently, and you will see results at a faster clip than if you try to lump everything together and then be disappointed with the results.
Correct, my friend. And also, when it comes to online marketing, that's also another bucket, another kind of worms where we mix everything in there. When we say, okay, online marketing, website, and we want to think about, oh, but I want to be positioned in the first places in Google. I want to be able to have a card where people can buy. Okay. I always go like, what for? What's the purpose of this? Why you want to position yourself first? Oh, because I want everybody to know me. Okay, for what? What
Yeah.
for?
What do you
Yes.
want to be known for? That's a real question.
Yes. What do you want to be known for? And believe it or not, usually my clients don't have an answer for that, or they have too many answers, which is
Right.
even worse. You know, like, oh, because I want to do this and I also do this. Oh, and yeah, by the way, like 5 years ago, I had this client and I was able to do that. Okay. Let's just like narrow it down. What is the one thing God given purpose that was given to you and you only, the way that you're going to service, that it's best than anyone else? Okay, once we find out how we can communicate, and then we go and check the website. Oh, you know what? All of the beautiful things that you told me, I don't see it on this website. So you're going to do yourself a disservice by paying an online campaign where you're promoting this, and then when you go into the house, there's no party, there's no nothing. It's like that. So that's where I always encourage to, okay, We all want to do all these beautiful things, but what's the purpose? What for? Are we once we get the pay-per-click and the person goes and they don't find that thing, what are you gonna just do a disservice to your brand? Because here I'm searching for something in particular, and when I go into your store and I see that you don't have it, what's the feeling?
Yeah.
Not so good. So that's the part that I will encourage the business owners to have clarity and understand first
That's the
before
word.
even putting a penny into any type of marketing effort.
That's the word. And I was just gonna add to that, but you already did. Clarity is huge. And it sounds simple, and it is, but it's not easy. I will
No.
tell you that personally, I struggle with clarity for a long time. And it took me being humble enough to go to a 2 day intensive small group environment where other people like me were struggling with clarity. And it wasn't like a support group. It was just a way to develop clarity in your message. And it has paid dividends, hundreds of times over. Because what happens when you lack clarity, you spend a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of money doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And they're not adding to your business, they're not adding to your life. So clarity is huge. So I would encourage all of our friends who are listening today that, yeah, the topic is social media marketing versus online marketing, and the difference between the two. But if you go back one step, this is an exercise in clarity, getting clarity as to what each one of those two things actually is. That sounds like a mouthful, but I think I got my point across.
Oh no.
The difference between two. So clarity, get clarity about what social media marketing is, get clarity about what online marketing is, but step back before you even go into that world. Get clarity as to who you are, what you do better than anyone else, who you want to serve, and not so concerned about how you're going to do that at this point, but just get clarity as the problem that you solve and the people you want to serve. That's going to be huge. And it's okay if it changes. If it's okay if today you go, my goal is to help, to use your terminology or your target market, Joanna, women entrepreneurs. Okay, maybe someone who started out that journey that realized, you know what, it's not all women entrepreneurs. I want to serve women entrepreneurs who are in the southeast of the United States of America, who have a $5 million a year plus annual revenue business, have at least 3 employees, and they're in the service industry. It could be that niche. It doesn't mean that you neglect everyone else, but it means that you start there. And that clarity gives you purpose, and clarity allows for creativity to flow the right way, because you know who you're trying to do, what you're trying to do, and who you're trying to serve.
Yes, yes. And to add that also, as a business owner, I would encourage people to be more active listeners and be aware of your surroundings. When you listen more than you speak, you learn more. Oftentimes I get this like, but I don't need the people or my audience to let me know what I'm going to do in my business because I know my business. Do you? Do you? How are you going to know if what you are putting out there it's going to be of need or of service if you don't ask the right question to the people that you're going to serve? Which I also encourage to reach out, be humble enough to ask, probably not your clients, but someone along those client personas. Okay, if I put this in front of you, what would you like, or what would you identify to be the value? Or what would you like to be served? Or which way, what do you need? So you can find a way to service better. It's not to take away your superpowers. It's just to know how can you put your superpowers into better use. Mm-hmm. And the only way to do that, it's not just by having conversations with me, myself, and I. It's to interact with your target audience and identify what are their pain points, and without being biased, thinking, "Oh, I already know everything." No, you don't.
Nope.
No, you don't.
That's the beginning of the end when you think that. Oh, I already know that, or I don't need to ask that question. That's the beginning of the end, because you're going to go down that slippery slope
And
real
Antonio, you
fast.
know what? Sorry to interrupt you. And I had this pin in my mind. When you mentioned that you had that 2 day intensive clarity session, hey, let's hear from our audience. Would they be interested in having like a 2 day clarity session with you and me? Like 2 days locked in and find that clarity? Because like you said, it's easy, but it's not simple. Or it's simple, but it's not easy. I don't remember exact
Simple
words.
but not easy, right?
There you
It's
go.
work. It takes a lot more work than you think, but it's
Yes.
better when you don't have to do it all on your own.
Yes, yes, by all means. So, hey, if you guys are interested, let us know. You know, we are builders. We will make it happen if you choose to, because we are here listening to you, to our audience. And if they want to find a way to find that clarity, hey, we're here to help each other. And if that's something that you're interested and you would like to entertain, Antonio, that idea,
Yeah.
let's talk.
And I went to that after years of struggling, right? And I made a decision because I was tired of being confused.
Yes.
Maybe not everyone is ready for a 2 day intensive thing, but maybe there's something that we can do
But for
that
those who are,
what's that?
yes,
Right,
please.
right. Something small group, and maybe we can do something that is at least a first exposure to how to get clarity, how to get more clarity on your message. Ideally, this is let's keep this very simple. You want to know exactly clarity on the problem that you solve and the people you want to serve. That's the beginning of everything. The narrower the vision in the beginning, the better. It does not mean that that's your only client or that's the only segment of the population that you will serve ever. But it's where you start. It's where you start. Amazon, as it is today, did not start selling everything that they sell. They started selling books. One thing, they sold books online, and look at what they are now. So they had clarity of purpose, the problem that they want to solve, and the people they wanted to serve. Now, their niche is everyone pretty much, but actually still not everyone, because if you don't have internet access, you're not an Amazon consumer. But anyway, that's beyond the scope of today's conversation. I think that is a great idea, Joanna. If anyone who wants to chime in and say, hey, look, I'm interested in clarity, just put down the word clarity below the message, and we can have an offline conversation. We want to gauge interest and see if this is a direction that you as an audience find value. So
Yes.
anything else before we leave on this social media
I
versus
think
online
we're
marketing?
good. I think we're good. We gave a lot of nuggets, and I hope that this is of service for our audience. And remember, this is a conversation, this is a dialogue, not a monologue. So if you guys want to ask, shoot questions, please do. We're here to answer.
Sounds good. And listen, sometimes we kind of get off topic, and that's on purpose, because this is a conversation. This is not a class. This is not a curriculum that we're following. This is literally the type of conversation that Joanna and I have on a regular basis, and sometimes we get off topic. It's what happens, but we bring it back, solve the problem, and then we move on. So hopefully you can see that as an audience participant. Hopefully you get some value out of this, and that we brought some value today. So it's something that you can execute on today.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good.
We're good. Well, listen, let's go to work. Have a
Yeah.
great rest of your day.
Yeah. Let's get those chavitos.